featuring the sharpest minds of our area high schools. Now that tradition continues with the St. Mary's College of Minnesota WKBT High School Challenge. 38 area teams began in the tournament of competition last October on the St. Mary's College campus. Now, thanks to the good people at NSP, we bring you the top teams in the High School Challenge Tournament.
Hello again, and thanks for inviting us into your home for another High School Challenge contest. High School Challenge is brought to you by St. Mary's College of Minnesota in cooperation with WKBT. We are in the third round. We began last October. We had 38 high school teams from the tri-state area competing in competition on the campus in Winona of St. Mary's College, and we've whittled it down now to our third round. Last week we had a contest between Osseo Fairchild and Boyceville. Osseo Fairchild squeezed by, so they continue on in our tournament action. And tonight we have two other teams who are going to compete, Gale-Ettrick-Trempealeau and La Crosse Logan. Let's begin our game by meeting our teams. First, our squad from GET.
Chris McDonald, senior.
Mike Rickman, senior.
Martha Hauser, sophomore.
Louis Moore, freshman.
And our coach is Mr. Robert Christensen.
And here's our squad from La Crosse Logan.
Eric Martin, junior.
Andy Kliss, junior.
Janet Prokoskas, junior.
Adam Muirbird, junior.
Our coach is Diane Gebhardt, and our alternate is Chad Mitchell.
And with us again from St. Mary's College of Minnesota, Dr. Bob Pevitz. Good to see you.
Good to be here,
Always
Terry.
enjoy working with you.
Thank you.
Please refresh for us what your position is at the college.
I'm the Dean of the School of Fine and Performing Arts at the college.
And we, for our first games when we were up on campus, we did our games in the beautiful center that you have up there.
We did it in the Filio Recital Hall.
Exactly.
Right. Mm-hmm.
What a wonderful hall.
It's a
And
beautiful
wonderful
facility.
Yes, just fantastic. So, but that is what you kind of take care of?
Yes.
And, yeah, excellent.
Theater, art, and music.
Excellent, Bob. Very good. Well, we'll begin our game here right after this short break.
There are lots of reasons to choose a college, but why choose a college if you don't expect to graduate? After all, students entering college are looking for a degree, and most hope to earn it in just 4 years. Fact is, many large universities graduate as few as 1/4 of their freshmen after 4 years. At St. Mary's College, our graduation percentage is double many schools, even triple some. If getting a college degree in 4 years is important to you, consider St. Mary's College.
At High Roller Skating Center,
there's a million things to do.
This party is skating. Why are you waiting?
The fun's just begun.
It's rolling fun for everyone.
At High Roller Skating Center, it's rolling fun. At High Roller Skating Center, it's rolling fun. High Roller Skating Center is fun for everyone.
Road construction is near, and so is Mother's Day. Home and Furniture has to move out the inventory fast. So for Mother's Day, we'll give you a recliner when you buy one. That's right, Lane's 2-for-1 recliner sale. Buy one for your mom, give one to your wife. Buy one for your wife, give one to yourself. Best of all, they'll really think you're wonderful. Plus no interest, no payment for 90 days, and no criticizing about how cheap you are. Beat the construction. Buy one, get one free. Make Mom happy and save at Holman Furniture, behind the car wash in Holman.
Game 26 of our 32-game tournament of High School Challenge for the 92-93 season. Tonight, GET against La Crosse Logan. Let's begin with our first 10-point toss-up question, an individual effort for our teams, and this question goes to GET. What word should be underlined in this bibliographic extract? Holby, comma, Dorothy, period. The Russian blue, period. Cat, fancy, comma. 34, in parenthesis, 1991, comma. 60 through 65. McDonald.
The Russian blue.
No, that's not correct. Barkowskis, Logan.
Cat Fancy.
Cat Fancy is correct for 5 points. Here's a 10-point question for Logan. Of savings account, IRA, checking account, or a certificate of deposit, into what type of account would a demand deposit be made? Barkowskis.
Checking account.
That is correct for 10 points. Here's a 10-point question for GET. Desperate for money, Washington Irving wrote a public relations biography for a rich American businessman. The title was Astoria, or Anecdotes of an Enterprise Beyond the Rocky Mountains. Whose life does he glorify in this book? Would you like to try, Logan? John Jacob Astor. Okay, Logan, here's your 10-point question. Who became Commander-in-Chief of American forces in the same year that Joseph Priestley discovered sulfuric and hydrochloric acid? Would you like to try, GET? Rickman.
Eisenhower.
No, that's not correct. The answer is George Washington. Okay, GET, here's your 10-point question. A Caribbean cruise might take you to all of these islands except Barbados, Guadalupe, Madeira, Puerto Rico, or Trinidad and Tobago. McDonald.
Guadalupe.
No, that's not correct. Logan, would you like to try? Markowskis.
Madeira.
Madeira is correct for 5 points, and here's a 10-point question. Name the only two planets in our solar system smaller than Mars. Markowskis.
Mercury and Pluto.
That is correct. GET, after he was led to Damascus, whose sight was restored by Ananias, a Christian disciple? Hauser.
Paul.
That is correct for 10 points. Logan, health experts advise those who spend time in the woods to wear protective clothing to avoid contact with an insect known to transmit Lyme disease, an infection that may affect the joints. Name the insect. Earbird.
The deer tick.
That is correct for 10. GET, spell the homonym that rhymes with the word elementary that means either given free or expressing praise. Would you like to try, Logan? Martin.
Complimentary. Complimentary.
I think our time has expired. Unfortunately, the question was spell the homonym. So we have to take 5 points away from Logan's score, but we give you an opportunity to gain 10 points. Which of the following countries lies 10 degrees west of the Greenwich Meridian? France, Germany, Norway, Greenland, or Ireland? Your bird.
Ireland.
That is correct for 10 points. GET, Charles Henry Dow and Edward D. Jones are responsible for the phrase, the Dow Jones Industrial Average. Now, which publication resulted from their partnership? Rickman.
Wall Street Journal.
That's correct for 10 points. Logan, clocks became portable when they were driven by what instead of weight? Markowskis?
Electricity.
No, that's not right. GET? When they were driven by springs. Springs. GET, here's your 10-point question. Apple, beryl, and absinthe are all shades of what color? Rickman?
Red.
No. Logan? Markowskis?
Green.
Green is correct for 5 points, and here's a 10-point question. A pile of books weighs 34.2 pounds. Now, it happens that each and every book weighs 0.6 pounds. How many books are in the pile? Markowskis?
57.
57 is correct for 10 points. GET, there are 8 Division I football teams which have the nickname Tigers. Name any 3 of them. Rickman.
Princeton, LSU, Missouri.
You have 2 of them. You have Princeton and Missouri. Other acceptable answers, Clemson, Grambling State, Jackson State, Pacific, Tennessee State, and Tennessee Southern. And I apologize because I shouldn't have given that answer out because Logan did not get an opportunity to get it. But we'll rectify that later on. But at this point, I'm going to give you a 10-point question, Logan. The characteristic arrangements of wood fibers on a table surface are called what? Martin.
The grain.
They're called the grain. That's good for 10 points. GET, here's a 10-point question. What was Dylan Thomas's urging to his dying father? Hauser.
Do not go gentle into that good night.
That is correct for 10 points. Logan, where did Fred Flintstone take the family in the opening of every show? Martin.
The drive-in theater.
That is absolutely correct for 10 points. GET, there is a single tiny creature that prevents vast areas of Africa from being usable as cattle range. What creature is this? McDonald?
The tsetse fly?
That's right. It infects great areas of tropical Africa, preventing them from being used to grow cattle. Logan, identify the material with which the Egyptian pyramids were once completely faced. Would you like to try, GET? That buzzer says we can't let you try. It was marble. Marble was the answer that we were looking for. We'll be back to check on that score right after this short break.
Hi, I'm Tony Piscatello, Vice President for Admission at St. Mary's College of Minnesota. In addition to the scholarship St. Mary's College makes available each week to the schools of the High School Challenge, there are dozens of other scholarships we offer. Just one of these, the Thomas Moore Scholarship, was awarded to more than 10% of this year's freshmen. Good students, supported by good scholarships, are two reasons St. Mary's College is a natural place to learn.
Get on your feet. Poison's back. May 18th at La Crosse Civic Center. Poison with special guests, Damn Yankees, plus Firehouse and Life, Sex, and Death. 4 bands in one night. Tickets now at the La Crosse Civic Center box office and all usual outlets, or charged by phone. Poison, produced by Broadway Entertainment.
I will destroy you. Time for the Tanner family games. Go! And a whole bunch of them.
We run out of forks?
Are in training.
It feels you were delete.
But Michelle's teammate...
You need to walk like this. Waddle, 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 waddle.
...is calling it quits.
I have to write a song.
Will he really let the team down?
Now there's room in the van for me.
Jess, we need you now more than ever.
On Full House.
Move it! Move it!
It all happens on the next Full House. Tune in weekdays at 5.
It's more High School Challenge this weekend. Tomorrow afternoon at 5 o'clock, Whitehall versus Aquinas. Make sure you join us here on Channel 8. Well, during that first round, Bob, I erred. I made a mistake, and it was not my first either. Unfortunately, I gave the answer before. I should have given La Crosse Logan an opportunity to answer the question. So during the break, we asked them a question, and unfortunately, they got it wrong. So because we were in that bonus situation and they chose to answer that and got it wrong, we took 5 points away from their score. So that's what leads us to the score we are now going to show you.
Right. We have GET with 40 and La Crosse Logan with 75.
We begin our second round now. The second round, our bonus questions. Tonight we have 4-part questions. Each question is worth a total of 20 points. Each part is worth 5 points. And this is a team effort, and we begin with GET. Here is your first bonus question. For 5 points apiece, GET, answer these Old Testament questions. The heart of what king was turned away from the Lord by his many wives?
Solomon.
Correct. Who pleaded with David to have Solomon made king?
His mother.
Can I accept that answer?
Yes.
Yes. Who prayed at the dedication of Solomon's temple?
Jesus.
That was Solomon. And finally, Solomon built his navy on the shore of what sea?
Mediterranean.
It was the Red Sea. So we can give you a total of 10 points in that question. Logan, during the Paleolithic age, at least 4 species of man inhabited the earth. For 5 points apiece, what were the names of these 4 species?
Neanderthal, Cro-Magnon, Celtic man.
Encino man, too, right? No, just kidding. Neanderthal man was a correct answer for 5 points. The others were Peking man, Java man, and Homo habilis. So we give you a total of 5 points in that question. Here's a 20-point potential for GET. The Klondike is a region in the Yukon in northern Canada. Now, for 5 points apiece, locate these other places on the map, or tell me whether each is a district, a lake, a volcano, or whatever it might be. First is the steppe.
Region?
That would be a Russian grassland. How about the Seychelles?
Caribbean islands.
Island chain in the Indian Ocean. The Gobi.
Desert in Mongolia.
Correct. And the Mekong.
River in Vietnam.
That is also correct. So we give you a total of 10 points. Logan, for 5 points apiece, name the books by James Michener set in these 4 locations. First, South Africa.
South Africa.
That was the Covenant. Spain.
Spy.
That was Iberia. Maryland. That was Chesapeake. And finally, Colorado. That was Centennial. Okay, here's a question for GET worth a total of 20 points. I'll name the literary work, and then for 5 points apiece, you identify the Broadway musical based on the work. The Matchmaker by Thornton Wilder.
Hello, Dolly.
Correct. Pygmalion by George Bernard Shaw.
My Fair Lady.
That's correct. The Trapp Family Singers by Maria von Trapp.
Sound of Music.
Correct. Anna and the King of Siam by Margaret Landon.
The King and I.
That is also correct for all 20 points. Logan, for 5 points each, identify these words ending in the letters I, C, S. A set of moral principles.
Ethics.
Correct. The collection and analysis of numerical data.
Statistics.
Correct. The science of improving heredity.
Genetics.
No, that's not correct. Eugenics is what we were looking for. And the quality of sound in an auditorium.
Acoustics.
That is correct. So we give you a total of 15 points. GET, to go out with another couple is called a double date. For 5 points each, give these other expressions containing the word double. A spy.
Double agent.
Correct. A sandwich or bus.
Double decker.
Correct. 2 trials for the same offense.
Double jeopardy.
That is correct. And finally, betray.
Double cross.
That is also correct for all 20 points. Logan, for 5 points each, identify the native lands of these authors. First, Hans Christian Andersen.
Denmark.
Correct. Nikolai Gogol.
Russia.
Correct. A.E. Housman.
England.
And Henrik Ibsen.
Greenland. Norway.
Norway. Can I accept that? Yes, I
Norway,
can.
Norway's good.
Very good. For all 20 points. And GET, here's your question. For 5 points apiece, answer these questions about water. What is the chemical formula for pure water?
H2O.
Correct. What's unusual about the behavior of water when its temperature approaches the freezing point?
Expands.
That's correct. What kind of narrow well drilled to the bottom of an impervious subterranean slope provides an upward flow of water? It's an artesian well. And when water doesn't quite succeed in separating 2 land areas, what's the narrow remaining strip of land called?
Isthmus.
That is also correct, or that is correct for 15 points. And here's your question, the Crosse Logan, the final one of the round. For 5 points apiece, give me these 4 phrases with the word big. Ursa Major.
Big Dipper. Big Dipper.
Correct. What were France, Britain, Italy, and the United States called
Big
in
Four.
World War I?
Big Four.
That's correct. Give me the title of the popular children's folk song about where the lemonade springs and the bluebird sings.
Big Rock Candy Mountain.
Correct. And Edna Ferber's prize-winning novel was?
Big.
Very close. It was called So Big. So Big. So we give you 15 points. That brings us to the conclusion of our second round of our high school challenge contest. Be back to check on the score in that exciting lightning round right after this.
This is Berry Berry Kicks, a different kind of kids cereal.
Mom, could we get that, please?
And you know what they'll do to get a kid's cereal.
I'll wash your car.
It's got a crisp corn crunch,
Okay, I'll never touch the stereo again.
natural fruit flavors, real fruit juice, and less sugar than most kid cereals. So when your kids say,
Please?
you'll gladly say, okay. Berry Berry Kicks.
Glad I asked.
This Saturday marks the start of the biggest spring sale event in Slumberland's history. It's the 10-hour super sale. Over $10 million of brand-name furniture and mattresses at prices you may never see again. Like this queen-size cherry bed by Bassett, impossibly priced at $299. Sealy, King Coil, Serta, and Simmons mattresses, all priced to move. Every gorgeous leather piece has been drastically reduced. Save hundreds on sofas, sectionals, and chairs. The 10-hour super sale at Slumberland Furniture. Don't miss it.
We're at the beginning here of round 3, Bob, but before we start that, I'd like to check on that score once again.
Okay, we have GET with 115 and Lacrosse Logan with 135.
A lightning round is all important. I have to make sure I pronounce the questions right. We can't repeat them. We give as many as we can to each squad. They try to amass as many points as they possibly can, 10 points per question. So I guess we go ahead and do it, huh?
And,
are you ready?
them to pass.
Have you taken your heart medicine?
Yes, I have.
Have you? All right. That's right. You're right. We need to make sure we tell the teams if they don't know the answer to the question, they should say pass rather than waste time. We'll go on to the next question. Well, look, the GET, Mr. Rickman, you're the man on the spot. The rest of the team is going to help you out, but we're keyed in on your voice. Speak up nice and loud for us, please. If your team's set, we'll begin. What's the outermost part of the sun's atmosphere called?
Heliosphere.
No. What are the team colors of the Boston Celtics?
White and green.
Correct. What scale measures earthquakes?
Richter.
Correct. Where did the Wizard of Oz live?
Emerald City.
Correct. What U.S. state has the longest coastline?
Alaska.
Correct. What theater was Abraham Lincoln in when he was shot?
Ford's.
Correct. What Antarctic base was established by Richard Byrd?
Pass.
What is considered the sister language of English?
German.
Correct. Scurvy is caused by a deficiency of what vitamin?
C.
Correct. How many dimples are there on a golf ball?
132.
No. In what world capital is the Forbidden City located?
Jerusalem.
No. Name the only U.S. state to border 4 of the 5 Great Lakes.
Michigan.
Correct. What company produces TV dinners?
Swanson.
Correct. Name the only book Margaret Mitchell wrote.
Gone with the Wind.
Correct. What kind of image does a hologram slide produce? We can't give you an opportunity to answer that question. The buzzer went out on us. Your minute is up. We will now turn to Lacrosse Logan. Ms. Barkowskis, nice and loud, please. We'll be keyed in on your voice. The rest of the team, give her all the help that you can. And if your team is all set, our clock has been reset to 1 minute. We'll go ahead and begin. What's known as the ship of the desert?
Pass. Camel.
Correct. What's the longest living land mammal after man?
Whale.
No. What's the boiling point of water on the centigrade scale?
100.
Correct. Who was Lancelot's son in Arthurian legend?
Pass.
What city became the U.S. federal capital in 1789?
Washington, D.C.
No. What crop failure caused the Irish famine?
Potato.
Correct. What was Paul Bunyan's ox's name?
Big.
Correct. What country contains the Waterloo battlefield?
Belgium.
Correct. What's the motto of the Boy Scouts?
Pass.
Who composed Twinkle, Twinkle, Little Star at age 5?
Mozart.
Correct. What's the largest lake in the world?
The Superior.
No. Where does Yogi Bear live?
Yellowstone Park.
Correct. Where is the human skin the thickest?
It's in the center.
No. What day of the week will January 1st, 2001 be?
Tuesday.
No. What sport features Scotch foursomes?
Golf.
Correct. What bird is the peace symbol? That buzzer means we've reached the conclusion of our lightning round. We'll be back to check on that score right after this.
Road construction is near, and so is Mother's Day. Home and Furniture has to move out the inventory fast. So for Mother's Day, we'll give you a recliner when you buy one. That's right, Lane's 2-for-1 recliner sale. Buy one for your mom, give one to your wife. Buy one for your wife, give one to yourself. Best of all, they'll really think you're wonderful. Plus no interest, no payment for 90 days, and no criticizing about how cheap you are. Beat the construction. Buy one, get one free. Make Mom happy and save at Holman Furniture, behind the car wash in Holman.
The School of Business, Computer Science, and Media Communications at St. Mary's College prepares you to enter your professional field equipped with the skills for success. Through practicums and internships, we ensure your education applies to the real world. We're proud of our tradition of providing a strong liberal arts foundation combined with exceptional technical skill. You won't just learn the business of business, you'll learn the business of life at St. Mary's College of Minnesota, your personal college.
That is my job. That's what I do, is look for gas leaks. And if I'm going on a survey or to a gas odor call, that equipment runs constantly. I'm looking for any type of a reading. If a customer smells gas, you have to be there right away. A lot of times it's just something fairly simple, just a loose fitting. There's a lot of times it's sewer gas. Sometimes it's plant fertilizers. But if they do smell something strange, we check it out as thoroughly as possible. I feel it's very important.
Our final score is Logan 210 and Gale-Ettrick-Trempealeau 215. GET squeaks by as today's winner and advances to the next round of the High School Challenge Tournament. Next Sunday, May 2nd, it's Whitehall versus Aquinas. We'll see you then.
This has been the St. Mary's College of Minnesota WKBT High School Challenge, brought to you by NSP.
Set your VCRs. We'll help you get in step with the latest dance craze, step by step.